Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Another One Piece Treasure Cruise video today. We have a busy day. We have to talk about the final legend for the New Year's Super Sugo Fest. And yes, it is a versus unit. Kaido versus Yamato. I already did my analysis on both Nami and Robin in two separate videos. Both links will be in the description for you to check those videos out if you haven't. But for now, we have Kaido versus Yamato, a unit that tons of players are hyped for, and as we can see, the artwork looks very nice. I really prefer the evolved artwork over the unevolved one, which is good. And we are going to begin with Kaido, the one side of the versus unit. Versus units are back. I'm happy about that. I really did like them. I thought they are an interesting concept, and of course, essentially, they are two units in one. Starting with Kaido, he is Int, Striker, and Driven, and by the way, this is also a Super Sugo Fest unit. Just because it's a versus unit doesn't mean it's like the other versus units, a normal legend. It is a Super Sugo Fest exclusive. For Kaido's Captain ability, he boosts Striker and Driven characters' attack by 5.5 times with a matching slot, 5.25 times otherwise, boosts HP by 1.5 times, very good HP boost, and makes TND and Int slots beneficial. Nice. He changes RCV slots into Wano and reduces own Special Bind / Special Reverse by 10 turns, but only his own, not for everyone. If crew launches an attack, orb, or color affinity boosting special, automatically adds plus 0.25 to the boost, and that can stack with other boost buffing effects. Okay, much power here, just like what we all should expect from a Kaido unit. I do like the fact that he can also allow other specials to buff already existing boosts on top of his own, but something that we need to have in mind with this ability, first of all, he only boosts Striker and Driven characters. These two classes, no color, and on top of that, he cannot reduce Special Bind and Reverse on everyone. That would make him extremely good only on himself. That still can be useful, but we have to read the special first to decide. He can remove all beneficial effects on the crew. That can be actually very interesting if the enemy, of course, applies a low attack boost, a low war boost, or another type of boost that we do not want and it's technically beneficial. He can remove it. And after launching this special, crew can only use 2 more specials. Not a big fan of that limitation, I will be honest, but let's continue. If another special limiting effect is used, no more specials can be launched. Okay. He reduces crew's special cooldown by 20 turns. Jesus! Okay, maybe there's a reason they are limiting us. He changes left column slots, including block, to TND, and right column slots, including block, to Wano. Very good slot manipulation by him. He boosts Driven and Striker orbs by 3.25 times for 2 turns and boosts their attack by 3 times for 2 turns. Okay, Mr. Kaido, you can limit our specials. Understandable, have a nice day. Power, straight up power, we see with Kaido. 20 turns, special cooldown reduction is insane. Wano slot manipulation, very good, but also TND to activate super tandem effects. And then his very strong Orb boost and attack boost. Again, only for Driven and Strikers though. That doesn't make it bad though, it is still a very strong Orb boost and attack boost. And if I understand this correctly from his Captain ability, because he says if crew launches an attack, orb, or color affinity boosting special, that shouldn't really apply to himself, I'm guessing, if he's Captain. If he's friend Captain and a crewmate, maybe he does increase his attack boost and orb boost though. And in that case, the orb boost would be 3.5 times and the attack boost 3.25 times for 2 turns as well. Now it does make sense that we can only use 2 more specials. So Kaido is pretty much like, I will do all the damage boosting here, provide me some utility, and let's destroy the enemy. That's the philosophy I'm getting from this unit. So far, let's see his versus effect. Condition: crew should use 10 Wano or TND slots with normal attacks, makes sense. And the effect, which is uninterruptible by the way, deals 500 times his attack in non-type damage to all enemies at the end of the turn for 2 turns, so end of turn damage, which can of course bypass resilience. And on top of that, he applies 1.5 times increased damage taken to all enemies for 2 turns, ignoring immunities. Okay, he's strong. I don't think you expected me to say anything else, but yeah, he's strong. Sailor 1 reduces own special reverse by 10 turns, makes Dex, Int and TND beneficial to crew if captain is a striker with Sailor 2, and his limit break abilities reduces increased damage taken, he reduces slot bind, and he has a final tap? Okay, he has a final tap as well, which at level 5 the condition is it can be activated at the final battle, easy, and the effect gives self, oh my god, plus 2250 base attack for 1 turn. Okay, Kaido, you can hit pretty hard. I am going to go out on a limb here, and I am going to say he's probably a very decent unit, yeah. He looks pretty good, and he can do lots of damage, that's for certain. I can't believe another unit can actually ignore immunity, and this time he can apply increased damage taken to everyone through a versus effect. Maybe it is harder to acquire than a special, but he still ignores immunity. They did it with everyone in this New Year's Super Sugo Fest. They want us to pull for everybody. His special cooldown reduction through his special is actually the best any unit can provide in the game through a special ability. Slot manipulation is great, boosting is great only for Driven and Striker. That's the main drawback I have to say about him. Just like Roger Newgate, very strong unit, only boost 2 classes though. That is important. Does it make them bad units? Absolutely not. And with all of that damage from Kaido, we need to read Yamato. Let's go to Yamato. Versus Yamato, Dex, Striker and Free Spirit. I have to admit, I really like what they have done with the colors in this New Year Super Sugo Fest. We have Dex, Int, Psi and Q. So all of the legends, different colors. I appreciate that, and I'm happy they did not just do multiple colors or actually multiple units of the same color. Yamato's Captain ability boosts Striker and Free Spirit attack by 5.75 times with a matching slot, 5.5 times otherwise. 5.75 times is so high. She boosts their HP by 1.3 times, makes TND beneficial, boosts the chance of landing on TND slots, and reduces despair by 10 turns. Okay, simpler, but we still have the despair removing utility, which I like. I love utility in captain abilities. Straightforward and strong captain ability. Let's see the special. Will Yamato impress me? Changes right column slots including block to TND, left column slots including block to Wano. Very good slot manipulation, just like Kaido. Boosts Striker and Free Spirit attack by 3 times for 1 turn. If captain is a Striker or Free Spirit, applies a damage reduction based attack boost. Attack boost is based on the damage reduction buff's percentage. In example, 1.80 times for an 80% and so on, for 3 turns. If crew has a damage reduction based attack boost when special is launched, boosts Striker and Free Spirit orbs by 2.75 times for 1 turn and reduces damage taken by 80% for 1 turn. So, if you have a damage reduction shield, she makes that into an attack boost. Okay, that is actually very interesting. Very unique, of course, the first time we see that. Just as the example I read before says, 80% damage reduction shield, the one she can provide 1.80 times of a unique attack boost. And she can also give an orb boost and a normal attack boost. For the versus effect, the condition, crew uses 10 Wano or TND slots with normal attacks, which is the same as Kaido, and she also boosts the chances of landing on TND slots, so more chances to gather slots for the versus effect. And when you gather them, she reduces damage taken by 60%, so 1.60 times of a unique attack boost for 2 turns, makes tandem beneficial for 2 turns for the crew, okay, and for 2 turns changes TND slot multiplier to 2.25 times when it is a matching slot. That essentially means that it makes TND matching slots more powerful than what the normal TND matching slot would be, because a normal TND matching slot is just a normal matching slot. Yamato, with this ability, brings matching TNT slots closer to the power of Wano slots. For the Sailor 1 boosts crew's base stats by 100, nothing special, and Sailor 2 makes Dex, Int, and TNT beneficial to crew if Captain is a striker. The limit break abilities are the same as Kaido's, reduces increased damage taken, reduces slot bind. Oh, and she has a super tandem instead of a final tap. Okay. At level 5, the condition, any 2 should be on the crew, any Straw Hat, Ace, or Momonosuke, and the effect applies a 2.25 times TNT boost for Striker and Free Spirit characters for 1 turn, applies 1.3 times increased damage taken to all enemies, ignoring immunities, of course. And then her Rumble abilities as well. Overall for Yamato, I'm not super excited, but she's not bad. The utility in her Captain ability is good, other than that basic Captain ability, but still very strong. Same slot manipulation as Kaido, so that is still great. Good attack boost, good possible lore boost, the unique attack boost. Is it unique though? Isn't it similar with the V3 Blackbeard one, where if you get a damage reduction you get a buff, if you get a threshold you get a buff? I think it's not actually new, more like polished, I would say. Maybe they improved it. You still need to get a damage reduction buff though, but she can provide it through her kit, which is good of course. I guess the damage reduction she can provide can also be considered utility, not going to be super relevant though all the time. Her versus effect is good. It's not anything crazy, I think, but it is good to increase the slot multiplier of tandem slots. I am not the biggest fan of the super tandem though, I have to be honest. 1.3 times increased damage taken, and that goes through immunity, but you need it at level 5. So at level 1, can it even go through immunity? And if it can, will be 1.1 times, so not incredible. Just not a fan of the super tandem. And to quickly compare the two sides of the versus unit, not that it really matters because if you get one, you get the other anyway. Kaido definitely provides better boosting, but it makes sense, he also limits your special use. Yamato does not. Kaido boosts Striker Driven, Yamato Striker Free Spirit, and Free Spirit is definitely a more diverse class, and probably we can say a better one than Driven, even though Driven has seen much better units lately. They both provide good boosting, even though Kaido's is technically better. Yamato's boosting is also good. The same slot manipulation, for both great. Kaido has special cooldown reduction which is out of this world, Yamato does not, but Yamato can remove Despair. Through her Captain ability, Kaido can only reduce Special Bind and Special Reverse on himself. He also has the boost buff though, which is pretty nice and unique to him. For their versus effect, they both can increase damage. Yamato also has a bit of utility, but I think Kaido does it better. He also has a bit of utility with the end of turn damage, I'm guessing. But he can apply increased damage taken through immunity from his versus ability, which you get a unit, you have it, it's free. Yamato can apply increased damage taken as well, but it's lower and it is locked behind a paywall because you need to have the super tandem ability maxed out to get 1.3 times. I might be underestimating Yamato's unique attack boost though, because she can get it through her special and versus ability, and also makes TNT slots beneficial and stronger, which is definitely good. Something I can say without a doubt though, this unit is a strong unit. You get 2 units in the price of 1, and at the end of the day they will be used in different situations. Also the one is Dex, the other is Int. They don't synergize that well together, even though they technically boost each other, even as captains. That's all for my breakdown though. Tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Kaido versus Yamato? If you enjoyed the breakdown, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and of course, if you missed my breakdown on Nami and Robin, you can see the videos on your screen right now. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.